Shakespeare once asked the rhetorical question, "What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet." What he meant, of course, was that just because you call something by a different name, it doesn't actually make it different. Case in point, I'm going to make a Palma Fizz today. I've never had one, but it's basically just a Moscow Mule. Except you don't serve it in a copper mug, you serve it in a Collins glass. And it's also made with rose water, which is a little weird. So maybe it's not the same cocktail. I don't know. I honestly, I've never had it, so I don't know. But I tell you what, I aim to find out. Let's do it. So, this recipe is from the highball chapter of Regarding Cocktails by Sasha Petraske, and is one of the easiest recipes in the entire book. To begin, grab a Collins glass and a lime. Cut the lime in half and squeeze half an ounce of juice from it. Add the lime juice and the spent lime hull to the glass. Add some ice, and then 2 ounces of your favorite vodka. Mine is Tito's handmade copper pot still vodka. Then top up the glass with a cold ginger beer. I'm using the classic Cock and Bull brand here, but again, use your favorite. I often like to use locally produced sodas when I can, as it's a great way to try something new and often unique. The last component to this cocktail is rose water. Using a cocktail atomizer, eyedropper, straw, or even a bar spoon, add a little bit to the top of the cocktail. The only thing left to do is add a straw, give everything a gentle mixy mix, and it's time to give it a taste. All right, well, moment of truth. Time to give this thing a taste and find out if it's the same as Moscow Mule, better, or if it's even different. Let's give it a go. Cheers. Okay, so there is the obvious ginger beer flavor. This Cock and Bull ginger beer is very spicy, very rich, not too sweet. So obviously that's the predominant flavor, but you get a hint of lime, and then there's an earthiness, and I think that comes from the Tito's vodka. I know a lot of people like to use Russian vodka, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that Tito's is the perfect blend of earthiness, like you might get from a potato vodka, but it's a bit more affordable than some potato vodkas are gonna be, and it's still bright and clean like a good vodka should be. Although, not to say that I don't like strong, earthy, kind of almost funky vodkas. I do love those. Those are honestly my favorite, but this is perfect. Perfect for a Moscow Mule. But then after all of that, on the back end, after you take another breath or two, you get the rose flavor. And it really perfumes your mouth in a really pleasant way. It kind of blends with the ginger. If I didn't know that it was rose water, I would say that it was perfumey, kind of floral. I don't know if I'd say it was roses, because it's blending so well with that lime and ginger beer and all the oils from the lime rind. That's why you put the lime husk in here, is you get all those essential oils that have been crushed out of the rind. They end up being mixed into the drink. You know, I can see why Sasha went with this recipe rather than just a Moscow Mule. I love a good Moscow Mule, but there's something a little bit more elegant and refined about this. And I love the whole copper mug thing, except that when people try to say that it makes your drink colder. If you don't understand the physics, don't just repeat somebody else. Copper is a great conductor of heat, which means that if something is cold, it will allow heat to flow through it, which means that it allows heat to both flow in and out of it very rapidly. So glass is not as good of a conductor of heat. So if you've got a cold glass in a warm room, it does not allow a lot of the room's heat into the drink rapidly, because it doesn't conduct that heat into the drink, melting the ice and turning it into liquid. It doesn't do that very well. Copper, on the other hand, is a fantastic heat exchanger. So when you have a copper mug that's very cold and a room that's nice and warm, all of the warmth from the room easily transfers through the copper and into the water or alcohol, whatever's in there, the liquid, warming your drink up. So I love the copper mug. I'm not throwing any shade on it, but if you don't actually understand the physics and want to tell people that it makes your drink colder, just stop. And if you think you understand the physics and think that it makes your drink colder, just stop, because it doesn't work like that. Now, I think it's just a drop in the bucket. It really doesn't matter, and Moscow Mules or Palma Fizzes are not going to last that long. These are easily emptyable cocktails. Oh, it's so good. I mean, look, I've already got a significant amount of it down, and it's only been a couple minutes. But what are your thoughts? Have you ever had a Palma Fizz? Are you interested in trying it? If you love Moscow Mules, I think you should. But let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, this is the homemade edition. My name is Luke, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.